Hello, I'm Carl Rowland with Sherline Products. In this video, we're going to show you how to indicate in our gang tool post and how to sweep in the actual tooling pockets on it to get your X center line on our chucker lathe and lathe. So this is our gang tool post. It has 2 1/4-inch pins in the bottom, which align with the T-slot groove in the mill table or your cross slide. So the width of the actual T-slot is a little larger than 1/4-inch. These pins help get you in the ballpark as far as being square, okay? And then you just indicate it in nice and true. I generally choose the back T-slot for my gang tool post. So I'm gonna have cutting tools, turning tools, threading tools, or whatever on the front T-slot. So you just align your T-nuts with the T-slot, slide it on, and then position your gang tool post where you want it. So for this, we're going to put it pretty much right in the middle. Once you have it in place, you can see there's a little bit of play between the T-slot and the 1/4-inch pin. So what I generally do is move it back and forth and move it to about the halfway point. Then I'm going to tighten one side only on the T-nut. So this guy's snug and the other 2 are loose so that I can tap my gang tool post in to get it square. So right now that's our fixed corner. Okay, next we have a test indicator. So this is a 1/2 thou indicator and it has your dovetail spud. This one is 7/32. I've got a 7/32 collet. If you don't have a collet, if you're using one of our other headstocks, you can also mount a chuck on there and hold your indicator spud in the chuck just as well. So another tip on indicating, I'm going to be indicating the front surface of this tool post right now with your indicator, and this is all indicators. If I'm going to be indicating in a surface in this direction, then I want to have the tip of my indicator at close to 90 degrees straight up and down. If I have it at a 45-degree angle, then I'm not getting a 1-to-1 ratio to my indicator. So I'm going to push this guy close to 90, but not so far. The tip of the indicator still has to be sticking out past the end of the indicator body. All right, and I'm just going to put it in the collet. Tighten it down. A little too tight. And now my indicator is set. All right, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my jog page and I'm going to be in continuous. And again, you can slow your continuous feed rate up or down to get it in position quickly. That's about good. Then what I want to do is come in and actually get my indicator loaded on the fixed surface of the gang tool post. So I'm going to slow this down a bit, continue to come in Z. When I get close enough, I'm going to move in until my indicator reads in the mid zone of the range of the indicator. So right now my tip is almost on the part. I'm going to go to step mode, 10 thousandths, and just, okay, right there my indicator started to read. I'm going to change it to 1/1000ths, and I'm going to go to right there's pretty much 0 right there. I'm going over the tops of the holes. If your indicator adjusted enough to read below the holes, then that's what I would suggest doing, because then there's no interference. Your indicator's not popping into each hole as it goes by. But then you can't see my indicator, so we're going to go across the holes right now. The indicator's loaded and we've got it at 0. So now I'm going to go to step mode and 10 thousandths per click. And I'm just going to go in the Z plus. 40 thousandths. So there's no chance of my indicator hitting anything going across. With the indicator, with the tip bent like that, you don't want the surface going into the tip of the indicator. You want the indicator reading with the material pulling behind it, so there's no force on the tip of the indicator. So now I'm going to go to continuous. You go X plus to the other side, right there. And you go to step mode, and I'm just going to bring it in the 40 thousandths. I just moved it out. And right now, we're 2.5 thousandths shy of the 0 point on that side. So right now, if I just, right there's reading 0. Now, because if I move the table in the X minus direction, the material in the holes are going to be sliding against the back side of the tip of the indicator. This is kosher. So now I'm just going to go X minus and watch my indicator. So I'm at 0 there, and I was at 0 over here. I'm going to go to step mode again. Going to back it out. Going to go to continuous, come back over. Step mode again, and come back in the 40 thousandths. I'm still at 0, just a hair off. Right there. So what I'm going to do now is tighten down this end screw. So now both ends are tight, and I'm going to slow down my feed rate a little bit. I'm going to go to continuous, and I'm just going to indicate the front all the way across. 0, 0. So that guy, right now the face of my holder's within half a thou, which is plenty good enough. So right now I'm going to tighten up the center one and do a retighten on both of these guys. And you just need to be snug. There you go. Okay, so right now the face of my gang tool holder is indicated in. So what I'm going to do now is sweep in my first pocket. So these pockets, your tooling pockets, they're 1.5 inch between center lines. So all I have to do is sweep in my first one, and then I can just shift my table over for each of the additional tools that might be in this tool holder and teach my X for each of those additional tools. So what I'm going to do right now is jog out. We'll come in again, hold on. What I'm going to do is sweep my indicator side to side like this in front of the hole until it looks like I'm on center line. So let's go. So sweeping it in, I've got more to go on the X. Other way. So that looks pretty close side to side. So what I'm going to do now is move my Z out, adjust the tip of my indicator so it'll fit inside the tooling pocket. Okay, I'm going to jog it back in. I'm going to go to step mode. Not in there yet. And right now my indicator is inside the hole and I'm not touching anywhere yet. So what I'm going to do is step it out. I'll go 100 thousandths. I'm going to bend it up just a little bit. And I'm going to step it back in, and I'm going to hold my indicator tip down the amount of travel. What I don't want to do is harpoon the front of my indicator with a tool post. Take a look at it. Right now I'm registering on the indicator. So right on the top right here, I'm going to adjust my indicator to 0 at the very top of the hole. Okay, and then I'm going to move to one side, so I'm -5 there, and I'm +5 on this side. So what I'm going to do is put it to the side like that. I'm going to put my increments down to 1/1000ths, and I'm going to move it till it's zeros. Oh, that was 10,000ths. Okay, right there I've got 0. And on the back side, I've got 1 thou. So right here, we go to 1/2 thousandths. Wrong way. And I'm going to check it again. And I've got 0 on the back, and 0 on the front, and 0 up top. If you actually want to see what it is when your indicator is down low, facing downward, then just get a small mirror and just put it under here and check out your reading when it's down. When we put these machines together, we indicate the tool post in, and the headstock has shims underneath it, so we shim it so that your location up and down on the machine is within 1 thou. So all you should really have to do is indicate in side to side. Now my tooling pocket on the first position on my tool post is dead on center line with my spindle. So we're going to say I have a cutoff tool and another tool here. So I would say this is going to be tool number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So all I'm going to do now is go to MDI. And I can just punch in T3, M6. So the control knows that I'm on tool number 3. Then I would go to my tooling page, F4, tools and offsets. I would double click on number 3. And it's got test piece diameter. You're on center line, so the test piece diameter is 0. You just hit touch, and it turns to touched and save. And it put my X number in there. So that's my X0 for that pocket for tool number 3. So we'll go jog again, step mode, 100 thousandths. To get to the next pocket, it's 1.5 inches, which is 3-inch diameter move. So if I go to MDI, what I want to do is go incremental move, 3 inches. So I'm just going to go G91, which is incremental. G00 for rapid move. That direction is the X plus direction, so it's going to be X 3.0. Enter. And now I'm lined up with my next pocket. Okay. So now what I would do, this is tool number 3, this will be tool number 4. Oh, I got to do that again. Right now we'd go T4, M6, enter, shows tool number 4. I go to my tools and offsets, I double click on tool number 4, test piece 0, touch, save. And that's my position for my next tool for X0. And then you do the same thing for your next 2 tools, if depending on how many tools you have in there. If you're setting this up and you're going to be taking tools in and out, it'd be wise to get all 4 positions in your tool offset page, and then all you have to do is touch off your Z axis for each tool when you change your tools out, and the X axis is already dialed in. So that's how you indicate in the front of your gang tool post and how you indicate in the tool pocket for your gang tool post.